Love and Yoga is 30 minutes of gentle yoga today. We're going to really work on opening the shoulders and the hips. Nice and slow, nice and gentle. So just a reminder to please listen to your body and don't do more than you are capable of today, more than you are comfortable with. Just working with the body that you woke up with today. Okay, so whenever you're ready, let's get started. Get settled in. Okay, we will start laying down and coming into a Supta Baddha Konasana, so a reclined round angle. So bring your feet together, let the knees fall apart, and then walk the hands back. Go ahead and lay the body down. You can bring your hands to the belly. If you want more, maybe you can bring the heels closer to you. If you want support, you can always put blocks underneath your legs, your knees, or you can roll up towels to support you. Or you can start here and then just straighten your legs whenever you need to come out of it. Alright, so go ahead and close the eyes, hands on to the belly, and just breathing into the belly. We'll take a couple of cleansing breaths. So deep breath in through the nose, and open the mouth and exhale it out. Again, in through the nose, and out through the mouth. Just breathing in and out through the nose now. Filling up the belly like a balloon with every inhale and deflating the belly like a balloon with every exhale. So the belly falls towards the floor on the exhale. It's a good time to set an intention for your practice today. Whatever it is you'd like to work on today, focus on, cultivate. Just breathe is a good little intention. Just breathe. Good. On your next inhale, we'll blink the eyes open. Go ahead and take the hands to the outsides of the legs and bring the knees back together. All right, so go ahead and hug the right knee in. And maybe stretch the left foot forward. Just keep the shoulders relaxed and down. Good. All right, take the left hand to the outside of the right knee and take it across the body. Coming into a twist. Notice this right shoulder popping up. Bring it back down to the mat, even if that means your knee comes up. And then take the right arm out at shoulder height and look towards the right hand. And just breathe into your twist. If you want more, you can use that left hand to bring the knee closer to the floor, but you don't need to do too much to feel this twist. Breathe nice and even. Inhale, come on back to center and take the right foot forward. We're going to bring the left knee in now. Now, if you kept the other leg bent, you can keep the right knee bent. Otherwise, send that right foot forward. Draw the knee in towards the armpit. Relax the shoulders down. Breathe. Good. Take the right hand to the outside of that knee and draw it across the body. Notice that left shoulder wants to pop up. Go ahead and bring it back down. Take the left arm out. Look towards your left hand. Breathe into this twist. You can use the right hand if you want a little bit more. You can bring the knee down a little bit closer to the floor. Just breathing in and out through the nose. Nice, long, deep inhales, long exhales. Good. Inhale as you come back to center. And we're going to take the feet forward, the fingers back, and just lengthen through the spine. Lengthen through the whole body, and then exhale, bring both knees in towards the chest. And rock side to side. Good. All right, stopping in the middle and going into a happy baby. So we're going to send the soles of the feet up towards the sky and then separate the legs. You can hold the outsides of the shins or the ankles or the outsides of the feet maybe. Now notice the tailbone curling up. Go ahead and relax that forward. Relax the shoulders down. And we're just drawing the knees down towards the mat, to the outsides of the body, okay? So just breathe here. Maybe rock side to side. Thinking of a happy baby. Just totally carefree. Not awkward. Good. Come back to center. Bring the knees together and roll over to your side. Slowly push away from the floor. Bring yourself up to a seated position. If you need to here, grab a folded blanket or a block, set it underneath you to bring your hips up a little bit higher. Okay, so that's especially important if you are rounding in the spine or your knees are way up here because your hips are really tight. So support yourself in any way at any time. Okay, sitting up nice and tall, grounding down through the sitting bones. Let's inhale, reach the arms up. Take the gaze up. Bring the palms together and exhale them to heart center. Good. Just going to warm up, connect the breath to the movement, inhaling up. And exhale to heart center. One more, inhale up. And exhale, bring it to heart center. Great job. Right hand to the mat, inhale, lift the left fingertips high, and then exhale. Taking a side bend here. If you want more, you can walk the right hand out. Don't let that hip pop up. Plant it back down. And do whatever is comfortable with the head. You just want to find a good stretch from the armpit to the hip bone. So you don't have to touch the floor with that left hand. You just want to get a good stretch. Inhale, come on up. And we'll switch left hand down, reaching the right fingertips high. Creating space and then exhaling over to the other side. Stay grounding down through both sitting bones, through both hips. Maybe walk the left hand out. Do whatever is comfortable with the head. Breathe into that side body. Good. Inhale, come on up. All right, cactus on the exhale. Pull the elbows back and down. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you. Lift the chin up. Keep the belly button pulling in. Inhale, reach the arms back up again. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good. Bring the hands in front of you. And then stay grounded through the sitting bones. Pull the belly button in towards the spine. And then hinging at the hips. So we're not bending forward from up here. Hinge at the hips, so even if that means you're just coming forward this much, this can be plenty. You stay right there. Maybe you can walk the hands forward. Keep the heart reaching forward, find a flat back to come down with, and then whenever you've reached your edge, wherever that is, then let the head go. Breathing into the back side of the body here. Using your exhales to really let go of the tension that you are feeling. Good. Inhale, come on up. Walk the hands towards you, and we're going to switch the position of the feet. So whatever foot's in the front comes back, back foot comes forward. All right, ground down through the sitting bones. Sit up tall, hands in front of you. Belly button in, hinge at the hips, reach forward with the heart, and then walk the hands to your edge, wherever that is, okay? And then notice too if one side is different than the other. So it's very normal for one side to feel tighter than the other side. For me, it's always the left side, and that's okay. Let it go, breathe into where you're feeling that stretch. Use your exhale. Maybe you come down a little bit lower. Good. Inhale, walk the hands back towards you. Awesome. Let's take the feet out to the side and just make our way to a tabletop position. So for tabletop, find your foundation first. So wrists underneath the shoulders, the fingers stay wide. Knees are right underneath the hips. On your inhale, we're going to lift the chin up, lift the tailbone up, drop the belly. Cow pose. And then exhale, pushing away, rounding the spine, chin to chest. Hold out the belly. Feel the shoulder blades really separate here. Inhale, come on up to cow again. And exhale back to cat. A couple more on your own. Any other movement that feels good to you, go ahead and add that to the mix. All right, very good. Coming back to tabletop, and we're just going to lower all the way down to our belly. So take your time getting there, okay? And then really stretch your feet long. Take the arms out into a T. Bring your right ear to the mat. And then take the left hand right in front of the face. And then push away from the floor, rolling onto the right side of the body. Okay, so opening up in that right shoulder. You're going to feel it right away. If you want more, maybe you take that left foot behind the knee. Maybe you take the left hand high. Maybe you even start to let it fall back towards the other hand. Squeezing the shoulder blades together. Breathe nice and even. Good. One more breath here. All right, taking that left hand high again and then right in front of the face. Slowly we're going to roll back onto our belly and switch sides. So left arm extends out, left ear to the mat, right hand in front of the face. And then pushing away from the floor, rolling onto your left side body. Okay, breathing nice and even. Maybe take the right foot behind you. Maybe take the right hand high. And maybe you can take it back towards the left hand as well. So noticing the shoulder blades squeezing together here. Still breathing nice and even through the nose. Only doing what feels right in your body. Good. Let's return the right arm up and then in front of the face, slowly rolling back onto the belly. Awesome. Both hands underneath the shoulders now. Ground down through the hips, ground down through the tops of the feet. Squeeze the elbows in towards the sides of the body. And then inhale, lift up for baby cobra. Reach the heart forward. Good. Maybe some of you can lift the hands, only if that feels okay on the low back. Good. Hands underneath the shoulders again. And then lifting up through a tabletop. We're going to go straight to child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, and then send the hips back. You can walk the hands forward and bring the forehead to the mat for a couple of breaths here. Keep breathing nice and even. inhale, come back up to your tabletop. All right, knees underneath the hips. Find your foundation again. Fingers wide, ground down through the base of the knuckles and through the fingertips like you are gripping the mat. And then tuck the toes. We're going to go to a downward facing dog. So pull the belly button in towards the spine, lift the hips up towards the sky. Good, now send the hips back. Keep a bend in the knees. Keep as much bend in the knees as you need. Just want to send the hips way, way back away from the wrists. Maybe shake the head yes and no here. And maybe pedal out the feet, getting into the calves, getting into the hamstrings. You can take the knees down to rest anytime you need to. Come back up when you're ready. Find some stillness whenever you're ready. Keep the shoulders nice and wide. Shoulders away from the ears. Good. Now inhale. We're going to come high to the tippy toes. And then exhale, bend the knees a lot. Look forward and just walk your feet all the way to the hands here. Okay, keep the feet hip distance apart and keep a big bend in the knees. Go ahead and let the stomach drape over the thighs for ragdoll. Maybe grab opposite elbows if that feels good. Swaying side to side. Let the head be really heavy. Let gravity do all the work here. Good, and then release the hands. Keep your chin to the chest. Pull the belly button in and slow, slow, slow. We're going to roll the spine up one vertebrae at a time. Nice and slow, you guys. The chin will come up last. When we get to the top, we're going to inhale shoulders up to the ears and then exhale. Roll them back and down. Good. Two more like that. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back and down. One more inhale. And letting it go. Bringing it back and down. Coming into mountain pose. You can keep your feet at hip distance or you can bring the feet together, heels slightly apart. And then just rock back and forth from the ball of the foot to the heel of the foot. Good. Just finding the four corners of your feet now. Find some stillness. The knees draw up, the inner thighs hug in, pubic bone forward, belly button back towards the spine. Relaxing the shoulders back and down. Reach tall through the crown of the head. Close the eyes. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Good. Blink the eyes open. And we're going to inhale and reach the arms up. Good. On the exhale, bend the elbows, cactus the arms, reach the heart up. It's an upper back bend, not a low back bend. Inhale, reach the arms up again. And then exhale, hands to heart center. All right, we're going to take a big step back with the left foot. So take your time, land on the ball of the foot if that's possible for you. And then you can heel toe the right foot over towards the edge of the mat so you have a wider base, like you're standing on two skis rather than a tight rope, so that will help you with your balance, okay? And then go ahead and bend into both knees. Shoulders are stacked over the hips. Tailbone reaching down. You should feel a little bit of a stretch here in the hip flexor. If you want more, maybe you can start to straighten the back leg. But try to keep that left hip pulling forward and right hip pulling back. Inhale. If the balance is good, take the arms up. Good. Sink down a little bit lower. Make sure your front ankle is right underneath the knee. You should be able to see the top of your right foot. One more breath here. Exhale, hands to heart center. And we're going to open to warrior two. So drop the back heel, pivot that back foot so that it's parallel to the back of the mat. Sink down into a warrior two. You can stay here with the hands if the arms are too tired, grounding down through the outer edge of that back foot to really engage that whole back leg, or maybe take the arms apart. Good. Gazing over the front fingers, nice soft gaze. Relax the shoulders. Notice if they're in the ears. Relax. Good. All right, hands to waist. Look forward, and we're just going to step the back foot all the way up and shake that out. Okay, going to the other side. So come back to mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up for an upward salute. And exhale, hands to heart center. Stepping the right foot back now, landing on the ball of the back foot. Okay, you can heel toe the left foot over for balance, bending into both knees so that the tailbone reaches down. Front ankle underneath the front knee. You should see the top of your foot. Good. Right hip is pulling forward while the left hip is pulling back. And maybe you start to straighten the back leg a little bit more if that feels okay. Getting a little more stretch in the psoas or the hip flexor. Good. Sink down a little bit lower. Inhale. Maybe take the arms up. Okay, the palms are facing each other here. The shoulders are relaxed and down. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Drop the back heel. We'll open to warrior two. Your back foot pivots so that it's parallel to the back of the mat. You ground down through the outer edge of that back foot. Sink down into that front knee and maybe take the right hand back, left hand forward. Relax the shoulders down. Notice if you're leaning forward a little bit and pull it back so that the shoulders are stacked over the hips. Tailbone's reaching down. Good. One more breath. Sink down a little lower. And then bring your hands to the waist. Look forward and step that back foot all the way up. And we'll shake that out. Awesome work, you guys. Okay, let's take the feet about hip distance apart or wider, and inhale, reach the arms up. Good. So at the top, we're going to grab the left wrist with the right hand and reach, pull it up high. Exhale over to the right side, bumping the left hip out. I'm going to turn to face you just so you can see what that looks like. So it's a big side body stretch. Do whatever's comfortable with the head. Good. Inhale, come to center and release. We're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand and reach up high. Exhale over to the other side. Bump the right hip out. Do whatever's comfortable with the head. Good. Inhale, come on back to center. Release the hands. And now we're going to take the hands behind us. Okay, so here you can interlace the fingers. If you can't interlace the fingers, that's okay. You can bring the hands to the back pockets with your fingers pointing down. And just squeeze the elbows together and lift the heart up. If you are interlacing the fingers, rolling those shoulder heads back and down and bringing the fists away from the body, okay? So wherever you are here, you can stay just right here. If you are here, maybe you want to bend the knees a little bit, reach the heart forward and try a forward fold. Okay? If you come to your forward fold here, you can keep a big bend in the knees to protect the low back, and then just start to lift those hands up towards the sky, up and over. Breathing nice and even. Big shoulder stretch. Really feel the shoulder blades squeezing together here. One more breath. And let the hands go, coming into your forward fold. Lift up halfway, chin up, flat back, reach through the crown of the head. So your hands can be on the shins, they can even be on the thighs, or fingertips to the floor. Lengthen through the spine, and then exhale, fold again. As much bend in the knees as you need. Okay, heel toe the feet together now. Bring the palms down to the mat and step the feet back one at a time. Drop the knees down. Good work. All right, take the knees really wide here. Big toes touch and send the hips way, way back. Inhale through the nose. Open the mouth and exhale. One more in through the nose. And let it go. Good. Inhale, come on up. Walk the knees forward. And swing the feet out to the side. Bring your feet all the way forward. We're going to slowly lower down onto the mat. You take your time getting there. And we'll go to a bridge pose before going into Shavasana today. So for bridge pose, bringing your hands by your sides, palms down. You can walk the heels back towards the body. You can maybe reach your fingertips towards the heels or keep them wide. On your inhale, press down through the hands and the feet and lift the hips up. Good. Try and keep the knees hip distance apart. Don't let them fall open. So inner thighs squeezing in towards each other. Keep your neck or your chin slightly away from your chest so that your neck is nice and long. Good. If you want more, maybe you can roll the shoulder heads underneath your back and bring your hands together, interlacing the fingers and pressing into the arms to lift the hips up even more. Good. Slowly letting the hands go, slowly releasing the spine down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. The hips will come down last. Nice and slow. Good. Once the hips come down, you're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. And rock side to side, and then make some circles with the knees. And slow that down, go in the opposite direction. Good. Go ahead and stop in the middle. Bringing the feet down to the mat. One foot forward, other foot forward. And let the feet fall open. If you have any low back issues, maybe you want to roll up a blanket or towel and place it underneath the knees. Or you can just bend the knees now. Hands by the sides, palms facing up. Shoulder blades tucked neatly underneath you. Close the eyes. Shavasana. Still breathing nice and even through the nose. And checking in with the thoughts in the mind. Checking in with your breathing. Checking in with your body. Noticing any differences between when you started your practice today and how you're feeling now. Notice anywhere you might still be holding on to tension, and see if you can breathe a nice big breath into that place, and then on your exhale, see if you can just soften it a little bit more. Breathe here in silence for just a couple more breaths. Okay, slowly coming back, wiggling your fingers and your toes, and stretching your arms overhead. Give yourself a big wake-up stretch. And then bending at the knees, we'll roll over to our side, coming into a fetal position. Taking just a moment here to thank yourself for doing yourself a good favor today, treating your mind, your body, your spirit, thinking of what you have to be grateful for today. And slowly bringing yourself up to a seated position. Take your time getting there. You can keep your eyes closed. And then grounding down through the sitting bones, sitting tall through the crown of the head with hands onto the knees. Together, we'll take one more deep breath in through the nose, holding it at the top this time. And then opening the mouth to slowly let it go. Bring your hands to heart center and bow your head, connecting your head to your heart. And lift your head back up. The light in me sees and honors the light in each of you. Namaste.